The furious debate within the Labour Party over its stance on the UK's trading relationship with the EU after Brexit was thrown into the open on Sunday, when union boss Len McCluskey and Peter Mandelson engaged in an ill-tempered row over the customs union. Speaking on at Westbeston on Sunday, Emma Mandelson pressed Emma McCluskey on his belief that the UK should negotiate a customs arrangement after leaving the single market. The former New Labour spin doctor asked, "How would a Labour get access to the single market without being in it?" The Unite boss replied, "By negotiating. We need a negotiation with Brussels that will allow us frictionless access to the market," Mr. Mandelson interjected. "But then that's the same as the government's position. That's what the Prime Minister says." McCluskey and Mandelson engaged in a furious row over Labour's stance on customs arrangements. "I've got to press you on this. There is a negotiation to be had between a Labour government and the EU 27 about the terms on which we would leave the European Union, but still have some economic advantage within the European market. But the only way that we're going to get a proper negotiation with them is if we start from a position of being in the single market, and then negotiating the terms, not by being outside it." Mr. McCluskey replied, "Peter, I disagree with you fundamentally. We can get tariff-free access to the single market and the customs union, as opposed to the customs union, through negotiation." Mr. Mandelson said, "You've said tariff-free for goods. What about services? That represent 86% of our economy. That has got nothing to do with tariffs." Mr. McCluskey insisted, "No, the reality is, it has about a negotiation. What has happened here, and remember we're nearly 2 years on from the referendum vote, is that the Prime Minister and the government set the wrong tone. Labour officially backs the UK being in a permanent customs union with the EU after it leaves in March 2019. However, Europhiles within the party are pressing for Britain to remain in the single market after Brexit, which would require Britain to commit to the 4 freedoms, including freedom of movement. Theresa May is yet to clarify the government's position on the matter due to intense disagreement within her own cabinet. On Sunday, Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson urged the Prime Minister to deliver on her Brexit promises. He said, "Brexiteers fearing betrayal over the customs backstop must understand that the Prime Minister has been very clear that neither option is an outcome we desire. We want a deal with the EU, and she will deliver it."